Hello. Today we're going to learn about rearranging equations. And um, we are rearrange equations to do something called solving or solving equations. So solving means to find out what number the letter represents. Okay, for example, let me tell you, let me make up a story. Let x be the age of my son Arif. See, I have two sons, one named Arif and one named Vedan. Right? So Vedan is right. So anyway, Vedan as my other son. So Vedan is 15 years old. Okay. So now if I tell you tau Arif age plus Vedan's age is going to be equal to 26. So I'm going to write it like this, right? R of age is going to be x. X plus, and beta is 15. So 26. Okay. So if I say solve this equation, it means figure out what number x represents or what number x is. So everybody could probably figure out this here, right? The method we're going to be using is called moving terms. See this? Here's one term and this is another term. And that plus belongs to the 15 because every term have a sign in front of it. So these are my terms here. And the method we're going to use is called moving a term across the equal sign. So if I move that term across, I end up with x alone on this side is equal to 26, and that plus 15 turns to a minus 15 here, because whenever a term crosses the equal sign, it changes its sign. So then we could work this out. 26 take away 15 is 11. So that means R of age is 11. Therefore, R of is 11 years old. Okay. You could always pause this video and copy it out. So we're going to learn there are two methods used in rearranging equations and I think I gave you this already. The first method is our main method, right? Main choice, main method, THOD. The main method is called moving terms. But then there's a fatality move. Fatality move. You ever play as your second choice, as your last choice, your last method. And this fatality move method, it's like you ever played Mortal Kombat, and like when you're done beat up the person, and you're just doing the last move, the most brutal move to go and kill the person. Right, it's your last move, and that last move we call that cross multiplying. Cross multiplying, or as I call it, it's also known as moving the Navin. Yeah, I'll tell you a story about Navin and I'll explain it to you, and then you'll catch it on. Right now, we're not bothering with moving the Navin or cross multiplying. We are only going to focus on moving terms for now. So, let's look at a hard one, and I'll explain it to you. I've run out of paper. Hold on. Right. Here's a hard question. Okay. Good. My sum is going to be 5 plus 6x is equal to 10 plus 7x. And the instructions in this sum would be solve. Okay, so I've cut it out on pieces of paper here so you can see 5 plus 6x equals 10 plus 7x. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to identify our terms that we have. How much terms on the left hand side of the equal sign? We have a 6x and we have a 5. And on this side we have a like term, we have a 7x, a plus 7x, and we happen to have a plain number 10, so we'll circle it with them colors. Okay, now it's like a game or a puzzle where the object of the game is to get the x terms all on one side and combine them, and eventually the final result is that we want the letter x alone on any side. So let's just check this out now. What I'm going to do is move terms around. My plan is I'm going to take this 6x and I'm going to move it far. I'm going to throw it really far, all the way to the back there. And I'm going to take my 10 and I'm going to move it across over here. And I can throw it long or short as long as I throw it over the fence. It's kind of like you have a ball and you're throwing it over the fence. You could throw it long or short as long as you throw it over. Just remember that when you throw it over, it changes sign. So let's see what happens when we hold on now. Okay, so let's just bring them here now. This is where we were. They're looking kind of confusing. Get a new paper. Okay. Nice. So the plan is we're going to move this 6x over the equal sign, and look what happens to the 6x as it crosses the equal sign. As it crosses the equal sign, it will change from a positive 6 to a negative 6. I mean, from a positive 6x to a negative 6x. Let me pull it back over. Positive 6x. Change it over. Minus 6x. See that? Okay, so once it crosses the fence, it will change to a minus 6x. And this minus 6x could fit anywhere. It could fit there. It could fit here. Or you could throw it all the way to the back. It doesn't matter. That's what you're allowed to do. You could move it all those different places. Just remember that it's now a minus 6x. And this 10 without a sign, if it's the first term without a sign, that means it's a positive 10. Okay, and once we move that positive 10 over the equal sign, it will change to a minus 10. A positive 10 here, crossing over the fence, turns to a minus 10. This minus 10 could either land here, or it could go all the way here. And then it will be minus 10 plus 5, because this is actually an invisible plus here. So it'll be minus 10 plus 5. Anyway, I'm throwing it short. So this is what you will get. I lost you. Let's double check that again. I'll show it to you. Of course, you could have just rewind the video, huh? Okay. So what we have is 5 plus 6x. This was the sum. 6x goes across, changes sign, comes in the back here as minus 6x. Plus 10 goes over the equal sign and comes as minus 10. So this is what we have. Let me write that down now. The 5 didn't move. The 5 is here. The 10 came across as a minus 10. The equal sign remain right there. The 7x now kind of move up to first place. 7x. The 6x is in the back here as minus 6x. Okay. That's what we have. Now that we have like terms, we could work it out. What is 5 take away 10? 5 take away 10 is equal to minus 5. And what is 7x take away 6x? 1x. 7x take away 6x is 1x, which we can write as just x. So that means x is equal to minus 5. Got it? Let's write it down here. 5 take away 10 is minus 5. Bring down the equal sign. 7x take away 6x is 1x. But we don't need to write in the 1. We could write it like that. So we finish. We get out the answer. X is the number minus 5. If you want, you could then turn it around and say, therefore, x is equal to minus 5. All you did is just say it back to front. What I did here is called a turnaround. Turn around, right? Turn around the answer. It's no changing of sign or anything. It's not like you're moving terms across. All you do is if that is equal to that, that is equal to that. So you just say it back to front. Okay. Make sure and pause your video, copy down this example, and I hope the moving of the paper did help you with that. Now, after you copy down this example, I will show you another way we could have done it. So this is one way to do it. Here's another way. To move the terms, and you'll still get it out. Okay, so 5 plus 6x is equal to 10 plus 7x is the same sum. Let me just highlight the x terms and highlight the regular numbers. Okay, so suppose you were to, instead of moving the 6x across like what we did before, suppose you move the 7x across. Let's suppose we move it short here. And suppose we move the 5 probably all the way across here. You're allowed to do that. We could move terms. Just remember when you move the terms to change the sign. So now we have a 6x, a plus 6x, and the 7x come here now as a minus 7x. Bring down the equal sign. The 10 never move. The 10 is still there. The positive 5 has now moved to the back, and now it's a minus 5. Understand that? This was a positive 5. Remember, if your first term is positive, you don't have to write it in. You could leave it out. Here, our first term is positive. We don't need to write it. We could leave it invisible. Let's work out this now. 6 take away 7x is written as minus 1x. And this here is equal to 10 take away 5 is normal 5. We have a problem. Minus 1x. By the way, minus 1x could be written as minus x. If you see no number there, you know it's an invisible one. So but remember, the aim of our game was to get x alone on one side. And we have a problem here because we have a minus x. So you know what I would do? I would take this minus x and throw it across here, and it'll turn to a plus x. I'll take this 5 and throw it across here. Let's just show you that. It's minus x equal to 5. I'll take this minus x, carry it across here, and I'll take this 5, and so it's like I'm throwing them across the fence. What will I get now? If 5 crosses the fence, I'll get minus 5. And if minus x crosses the fence, I'll get ordinary x. So I worked out. My aim was to get a plain x alone on any side. When you did that, you get out the answer. X is the number minus 5. So if you want, you could then say, therefore, x is minus 5. Here, all I did was the turnaround. Turn. And I'm only turning it around because my end line happened to be wrong side. So I just turn it around. It's like you put on your jersey, but it's back to front. So all you do, you turn around your jersey. Okay? You turn around the answer. So a turnaround is different from what moving or throwing the term over the fence. You just read it the other way. No change of sign. Alright. So you're making notes on that. Pause your video and take your notes on that, and there and have a worksheet which I will upload for you all to attempt as well. And that is it for today's lesson. Copy the notes, attempt the worksheet. Bye bye.